This is Youyi with Xinhua News Agency's special live stream program. Today we tell about the very recent and extremely remarkable archaeological discoveries at China's world-renowned Sanxingdui Ruins. I am at an archaeological site in Chengdu, China. This site, known as Sanxingdui Ruins, has been recognized as one of the most important ancient remains in the world, boasting rich cultural content. Sanxingdui translates into three-star piles. It is a cultural relic from the ancient Shu Kingdom, which can be dated back around 2,600 years to 4,800 years. The name refers to the three earth mounds at the eponymous site, whose discovery attracted international attention. The ruins were discovered about 9 decades ago. The Sanxingdui Ruins, spreading over an area of 12 square kilometers, showcase the diverse origins of Chinese civilization. It's listed among China's top 10 archaeological findings in the 20th century. And you may wonder what's unique about the archaeological findings of Sanxingdui. Sanxingdui may have answered a very important question, the origin of the Chinese civilization. Let's go and have a look. Among the relics unearthed here are ancient Shu King's sacrificial dress inlaid with gold and decorated with jade, the biggest and heaviest gold mask during the period in the world. Bronze statues styled in a mixture of the Chinese Central Plains culture and the ancient Shu culture discovered for the first time in China. Silk of ancient Shu Kingdom, ivories with extremely complex decorations. And you won't believe it unless I show you here the sacrificial pit number 5, which occupies an area of only 3.5 square meters, which contained more than 60 pieces of round gold ornaments with holes and many gold items, jade beads, and ivory ornaments. Experts say that the gold and jade ornaments were designed to match the gold masks unearthed earlier, indicating the members of the royal family of the ancient Shu Kingdom conducted their ritual activities with drop-dead, gorgeous decorations and decors. So now we come to pit 8. Now we can see a lot of archaeologists working under the pit. I believe there are a lot of new discoveries under the pit. So, Professor, can you introduce us about the pit?
Yes. So now we come to the pit 8 of the Sanxingdui sacrificial site, and the size of this is like 5.1 meters by 3.8 meters. Now we are working on still on the upper surface of the fill in the sacrificial pit. Now we have excavated some of the jade dagger. We say jade daggers, and the fragments.
Is the green one over
no,
there?
no, these white ones there.
Oh,
These
the
white
white
ones,
ones.
like
Okay.
the small daggers, and also like these green ones are the fragments of some bronze piece. But we haven't determined what kind of artifacts they are, because they have all been destroyed and places around this pit, around the corner of this pit. And now we are still working on the third part of the fill in the sacrificial pit. Perhaps we still need like 1 or 2 months to work onto the most intensive deposit of bronze and other artifacts below. I think perhaps we can find more artifacts at that time, and these findings there perhaps can change our, or we see, renew our understanding about the Sanxingdui civilization about 3,000 years ago. Yeah. The excavation this year perhaps will find more and more new artifacts that we haven't seen before, and these discoveries perhaps can update our understanding of the ancient Shu civilizations in Sichuan, and this perhaps can also be very important for our understanding of the development and the formation of Chinese civilization and the early statement of China at that time. And perhaps I think these artifacts can be more significant for our understanding and studies of the ancient technology, ancient art, and ancient civilization. Yeah. And these new discoveries perhaps can also suggest that the formation of the Chinese civilization are not from one single point from the central plan. Perhaps they also have the multiple centers at that time, and the Chinese civilization is we will see like collection of regions from different time and different period, and all these factors that collectively form the ancient Chinese state. These new findings perhaps can update our understanding about ancient Shu civilizations in Sichuan 3,000 years ago, because many of these things haven't been seen in other places, other regions in China. And this also shows that Sichuan used to be a distinctive area in Chinese civilization.
All the archaeologists, they're working under the pit wearing equipment, or we can see a protection net, and under a classroom. Can you introduce the technology of the modern archaeology?
Yes, because for this time we have much better preparations than the excavation about 30 years ago. Now we have enough findings to build much more modern and advanced facilities to conduct our excavation. For example, when we're doing these digs, we use XRF and other equipment do the on-site analysis of artifacts that excavated from the pit. And also, like we see our archaeologists here, all work the protective suit, because we have planned to do the ancient DNA or the other residue analysis in the future. So we need to reduce the risk of contamination from the outside of this glass's house. And all these equipments and our gears can help us to make or to gather more information from this soil, which can be very important for our understanding of this site and also the Shu civilizations.
What are they doing?
So they try to find the site of the pit. So in Chinese we call it 找边. So it means they try to find the original site of this pit.
So is that a professional camera that's used for archaeological
Yes.
things?
They try to record the entire process of excavations. So after each day work, so they get back and try to check the entire video to see, if there's something wrong, and we can do it better tomorrow.
So how about the ABC?
So that's actually the way you make the point. So like if you find something in the pit, you need get the location, the locus. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, and A, B, C, D try to give you a grid, and you can find the point where it's located at.
Just beside the sacrificial pits, there are some white rooms that we call the emergency clinic for the treasures. After some of the treasures would be taken as soon as they were excavated from the pits. So, Professor Tang, can you give us a brief introduction to the labs?
Yes, this library is emergency detection and analysis library. In this library, there are many analysis equipment, such as the high spectral imaging equipment and the microscope. For example, high spectral imaging technology is a kind of optical analysis method to realize material and attribute information through target reflection spectrum. This work in Sanxingdui is mean about information at the first time, and then put forward special cultural release and emergency measures.
Okay, so there are still some other rooms besides this room. So what's this lab used for?
This library is organical protect liberation. Look, the professor is talk about the type and charge of the organical cultural release. And this here, this is
Refrigerator?
yes, this is a refrigerator.
So that we can keep the antiques into a specific temperature, right?
主要是你们或者是能不能配点含义。
What an interesting tour. After this dialect, I feel like a crash between the Asian antiques and the modern technology. With the help of these modern technology, we can protect them well and know them, get to know them better, and to show the beauty of Asian culture better to the modern audiences. Just take the gold scepter unearthed at the sacrificial pit number 1 as an example. It is decorated with bird, bow, fish, and a human figure with a crown. The style is distinctive. It's totally different from the others. It's like the ones discovered at the Yellow River Basin, and it also differs from those unearthed in Egypt or Central Asia. It's just different. Experts and archaeologists believe that this scepter could have belonged to the legendary king of ancient Shu Kingdom, the king of Youyi, whose legend was written down in ancient Chinese books. As it happens, people used to believe that the Chinese civilization originates from the Yellow River Basin. Sanxingdui, with its unique styles and features, comes to prove that the Chinese civilization has more than one origin and probably is a mixture of all those Asian civilizations, including Liangzhu in Zhejiang, South China, and Shijiahe in Hubei, Central China. For many times, the archaeologists here told me that the findings today are just the tip of the iceberg, as Sanxingdui is like an endless treasure. As the poem of Li Bai goes, Cancong and Yufu of ancient dates were kings of the land with frontiers. Let us just have patience and expect more and more heroic sagas and romantic legends to be found here. This is Youyi, your live streams reporter of Xinhua News Agency at Sanxingdui Ruins.